Hello everybody, I'm going to discuss a problem that I've actually discovered a lot of people had with a type of Frigidaire dishwasher. Whirlpool Maytag makes similar models that have the same problem, and this is a common source for no drying dishes, breakdown, that kind of thing, or excess water spilling out this vent. Something that people would normally call a repair person for. It's a pretty easy fix, it's just a little expensive. Save you some money just buying the part. It costs you less than just calling somebody to have them do it. You buy the part instead, and it's about the same cost that they charge you to come out. I've already disassembled the top plate off the unit, the cover, and I've taken the control panel down and got it out of the way. You'll see what's missing here, and yes, this is a little dirty. I'm going to clean that up real fast. What's missing right there is actually the vent assembly. I'll wipe that off. This is a little. That's what happens when they start getting old. They residue from a million washes. And some of that's still part of the seal left behind, so it's not really or anything. What happens when they get old? This piece is normally right there. When they start getting older, what's called a wax drive motor goes bad inside this vent. Either that, or your vent itself binds in here, which is what happened with mine. The vent piece itself bound up. Here's my donor piece. This is the wax drive motor, which failed on mine when mine bound up. They should move like that. With it off, it should be fully open, and it should be real easy to move it back and forth. It should come back automatically. This machine uses another wax drive motor right here. It's the same voltage. If you had to, this opens a dispenser. You could swap them out and over if you just lost your motor instead. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together. But this is a no drying symptom. What is happening is you don't see any steam come out of here, but you've tested your coil and it doesn't have an open on it, and you've tested, or maybe even you've replaced one of these and it didn't make a difference. This is the thermal limit for the coil. Also another common problem about every dishwasher is these things. After that, check your vent. If your vent doesn't operate, either it stays closed, which will prevent it from letting the steam out, and if the steam's not coming out, the passive airflow isn't coming in, and so all you're going to get is dry dishes on the bottom and wet dishes on the top as the moisture collects at the top of the unit instead of venting out here. And if it was open all the time, when it goes into the wash cycle and the pump's on, you might get a little bit of water actually come out and end up on your floor. Not a lot, but a little bit. That's where you'll notice it. This Frigidaire model even had the testing instructions inside under the lid. Handy to have. Basically, there is one wire, one multi-plug that comes up here to that wax drive motor. It's just a little hanging fiddly plug. Let me pull it back to the front here. Real easy to unplug and plug back in. Doesn't matter which way you actually have it because it is an AC drive, so it doesn't matter which way you have it, it'll still work. Other than that, pretty simple repair. It's a couple screws here, 3 screws on this piece itself, and I believe it's 6 screws around the perimeter to get the whole face off. You could actually test it, leaving everything in place and running your cycle with the cover off and the panel hanging down. It won't hurt anything, although it's hard to keep the door open because you don't have the weight of the metal shield on it. But your latch will still operate without the cover on it. It's a good way of testing it. That's about it. Quick and simple. We're putting a new one on here, and then you fire it up, test it, and that should solve your issue with no drying as long as your vent operates, because then your vent has to operate for it to effectively dry the dishes. That's all for now. Thank you.